Welcome back to the channel, friends. It is good to be here, and I hope you're doing well. And today we're going to be taking a look at a game that I've really been enjoying myself with lately in Phobies. Now this is a cross-platform dark fantasy turn-based tactical PvP creature collector that I've really found quite fun. You can play from your PC, your phone, or another device, and I really enjoy the presentation of this game, the music, the graphics, the characters, and the gameplay. Now as mentioned, this is a player versus player type game, and there's two primary game modes. The first being an async mode where you have a 3-day turn limit. You can load up a bunch of games, like 10 to 15 games. You can just kind of play them at your leisure. And the other game mode is an arena mode where you're put up against another live player in real time on a time limit. Now, full disclosure, this game is completely free to download and play and enjoy. However, there is a purchasable currency that one could potentially use to get ahead. However, I've spent a little bit of time with this game, and I do believe that you can have a lot of fun and success as a purely free-to-play account because of the way the ranking system works. In that, your rank will determine who you're facing in battle. The game's going to make it as even as possible. So with all of that out of the way, let's hop on in and enjoy a game that's really been growing on me. And if you like what you're seeing here today and you want to try it out for yourself, you can certainly do so. And I actually have a special link in the video description below that will bring you to the download screen of the game. Now, full disclosure, it does help me out just a little bit when you click that, but you certainly don't have to, and you can think of it as a way to help out the channel while still getting the free game that you were going to download anyways. So with all of that out of the way, my friends, let's hop on in, like, subscribe, and I thank you so much. Now let's rock and roll. Alright, so you're probably wondering, what exactly is a phobie? Well, a phobie is the fun and nightmarish creatures that you will be collecting and battling with in this game. Now, there are nearly 200 unique phobies, and to check your phobie roster, simply click on the Fears menu. Now, real quick on phobies, because each of them is allocated their own card, which presents their stats. So here you have the health value, okay? That's reduced to 0, the phobie does die. This is the move value, some of them will fly. So a little wing will be represented here, or some of them are actually subterranean as well. So you want to pay attention to this symbol, and of course the value, meaning Razor Mouth here can move, 2 spaces per turn. This is the attack range, well, attack style and then attack range. So a forward attack at 1 range, melee range essentially. Then you have the damage that each attack does. Furthermore, there's a typing in the top right. So Razor Mouth here is a beast type, or sorry, a monster type. You can always click on the card to see the back for more details. And then the top left is the key value. So this is what it costs to actually summon them in battle. You definitely want to watch your keys because they are finite and you only get a certain amount per turn. In the bottom right corner is the level of the card. So as you play the game more and more and you get more and more packs, you will unlock these packs, and then of course you'll get like copies that can be used to upgrade these cards. You use the purple currency here to upgrade your cards. And then bottom left is the rarity. So as you can see, there is a large roster of phobies that I have here just available to me. I have 42, but there's 198 in total, which is pretty crazy, okay? And as we go down my roster, I think I'll just highlight a few of my favorites. So, Razor Mouth, definitely one of my favorites. We got Bad Omen here. It's kind of a more powered version than Razor Mouth. It's a little more expensive, but it does have a special attack in that it will debuff the damage of the opposition, which is quite nice. It's got a little more HP, does a little more damage as well. And if you want to learn just a little bit more about it, right, Bad Luck reduces the damage of an enemy unit as well as all enemy units directly adjacent to it. It's pretty useful, or so I've found. Another typing of unit is a robot type. So the robot type is mechanical, can't be poison or disease, and then will take extra damage from an electrical source. So there's certain phobies that have an electrical bonus to their attack that are, particularly lethal to the mechanical types. Additionally, we have the undead type. So the undead is unique in that it cannot heal or restore HP at all, but each attack does leech 40% of basically the damage done, which is pretty nice. And then we also have the dimensional type. Eternal Night here is an example of that. Dimensional type, so this is going to deal damage and pull enemy 1 tile in if it's killed by the enemy. Takes 50% more poison / disease damage. So obviously they're pretty weak to poison and disease, which can be quite crippling in this game. Let's see, a few more favorites that I have found. I like this guy, Woolly Bully. So what he can do is he can debuff attack from a range of 2, which is quite nice. Pretty sizable damage debuff as well. Another guy I like is Sabian. So this guy's awesome. He is a flying, basically, robot of death. And what he does is, of course, he flies and then his attack is AoE. So anything adjacent to it, he will hit it for pretty heavy at 605. But of course, now we are down into the 6 key range of phobie, right? So it takes more resources to summon these ones. Another one I do like as well is Klepto. This is a ranged lobber. It's got a range of 2 and it does splash damage. Pretty nice. Monster type. And I think my favorite of all is Goon. So this guy's awesome. He's undead. He's got a very powerful special, the slap shot, which is a line attack. He's also a very strong hitter. And his ability to leech that HP makes him a really good frontline force. Our most expensive phobies are 8s. I don't have anything in the 9 tier unlocked yet. I mean, Ace is pretty good, and it's an example of that electrical attack. So essentially what you're doing in this game is you are fighting, and as you fight, you get these currencies. There are 3 different types of currencies. The premium currency is right here, this coffee bean, okay? And you can get this just by having success in regular battle. But the coffee bean is going to give you the elite packs, okay? And then you open up the elite packs to get new phobies, get upgrades for your existing phobies. And you can access that menu through the sale right here. This tier is also another currency that's used to unlock packs. You get a lot more of this for winning fights. There are quests to get bonus experience and currency and the like. And there's also a more menu. So in the more menu, you can see that there's a frenemies tab where you can add frenemies. Okay, so if anybody wants to get this game and add me, I think we can play against one another. There's my name right there, AboboKnows. I played about, I'd say 19 hours of this game, had a lot of fun with it, and you know me, and on this channel here, I do like turn-based games, and this one really does jump out. It's a really quality game. So I think what we're going to do here today is we're going to hop on into the arena, but if you wanted to hop on into the async mode, just press start here and you can queue up games, okay? We're going to hop on into the arena though because it's real time, and then essentially as you win and lose your ranking, right here is going to increase and decrease. And that's how matchmaking is done, essentially. But we're going to hop into the arena so you can see this fun game. Let's go. So we're looking for an opponent. And I'll edit this out and bring you right back into the action. All right, so we got matched up with Bombo21. And you see the kind of layout here, okay? So essentially what's going on is I have my heart, he has his heart, okay? The heart has an HP value associated with it, okay? So 6,200, same with him. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get to these pressure points, okay? And the person that controls the more pressure points will actually do continuous damage to the heart. And then he's summoning phobies to the field, and so am I. And essentially, the player to reduce the heart to 0 first wins, okay? Now, I've got to be quick here because I am on a turn timer. I'll explain a little bit more. Let's go ahead and let's get out. So what does he have? He's got the cassowary out there. So this guy can charge, meaning he can move 1 and then attack. So I think what I want to do is maybe I can get my black cat down there and then we can go ahead and debuff him. So let's get the black cat down there and let's put him right here. And let's call that good. I'm going to save my keys. So the keys are up here. We will get 3 at the end of turn, okay? And so will he. We have what, 25 total keys? Basically, these are your remaining keys. And once those are reduced to 0 and you have no phobies on the field, that is another way that you can lose as well. So keep that in mind. So he's going to summon Murder Wing to the field, and this guy's a ranged unit with a pretty powerful special. And it looks like he's just kind of blocking out this, and you see the heart did take damage there because he has 1 pressure point, and I do not. So what I found for me, at least, the key is to get to 6. Like 6 is my magic key number because that's where my most powerful units are. And he actually made a mistake here in keeping both of these units adjacent to one another. So what I can do is I can go up and use my attack debuff. So each phobie has 2 actions per turn, okay? Moving costs an action, attacking costs an action, using your special skill costs an action as well. So that move and special skill, that was both of the actions, okay? So kind of where your phobie ends up is super, super important to have success in this game, or so I found. So both of these have their attack completely debuffed, which is great. Now I think we can bring out our other kitty cat here, and we can go ahead and get him in a position to threaten this pressure point. Let's go ahead and end the turn there and see what our opposition does. We'll definitely take some damage. In fact, might be lethal damage, but I think this move gives us a lot of control, and we'll see what he does with his remaining 4 keys as well. I've got 7 stocked up. We're definitely going to either get the Goon or the flying, spinning robot of death, Sabian. We'll certainly see. All right, so he's going to attack. And you notice the art style and the animations. It's quite nice in this game, absolutely. And what do you know? They don't manage to kill our black cat, which is great. So now we can actually occupy this zone, Or maybe I could just... Could I kill this? 689, let's see. What does it look like? Let's see if I hit him twice. Alright, nice. We do get the kill, which is useful. I think I will certainly take that. This guy is a ranged unit. He's got 2 range, does 398 for damage. Our kitty cat here doesn't have the most HP, so let's go ahead and let's capture the pressure point with him. And let's go ahead and get... Why don't we get our flying robot in there? And this guy's flying, meaning you can basically place your unit on top of obstacles, like so. And this guy still has his attack debuffed, so it's a pretty useful opportunity for me to get in there and really push. So you definitely want to manage your keys. Manage them smartly. And try to keep your units alive as well. This is a healing pond. This particular map has a healing pond, which is nice. So maybe I can get my black cat back there if he survives. We'll certainly see. This is real time. So there's somebody at a computer or a phone, and look at that. We made him surrender. Well, I mean, that's a pretty good start. Pretty good start to the Phobies video here, and we get experience and advance to a new league, so now we're in Horrors 3, and that is our arena ranking. This is going to affect your season pack and weekly rewards, which is nice. We get 5 of the coffee beans, which is the premium currency, 300 tiers, another decent currency, and then 685 of the purple currency, which is experience, used to level up your Phobies. You can always check the stats if you like. MVP, Black Cat. Of course, the guy simply just surrendered. So very nice. Now, a few things to do after you have a successful fight. So the more of this purple experience you do get these pulls here. And what you can do is you can unlock one of these jackheads, okay? And this will give you bonus resources for your Phobies. So sometimes you can get experience, sometimes you can get tiers. Right there, we got experience. And then sometimes you can get additional cards to upgrade your existing roster of Phobies with. Like, we got 10 cards for our kitty cat there. We got 1 more pull. And that was just from 1 battle, right? We got 3 pulls. So that's essentially how you continue to improve and upgrade your Phobies. But really, the difference between a level 1 and a level 8 really isn't all that much different. It really isn't. So that's why, like when I said in the intro, you can have success. You can have success with a free-to-play account. You absolutely can. This is a free-to-play account. I've not spent a cent on Phobies. Just enjoy turn-based tactical games. And this one, it's got a lot of style that I really do enjoy. So we're going to get matched up here, and once I'm matched up again, I'll patch you back in. All right, we are back paired up against a Mr. M. Okay, so as you can see, different map here, different elements. Now, these are environmental barricades, okay? Certain units can break them. You can also take a flying unit and fly right on over. So he's going to lead with Razor Tooth, Razor Mouth, and he's going to threaten this pressure point right here. He's also got the Flying Germ guy. So this guy's a flying ranged unit. He's very, very weak in HP, but he does really good damage. I believe his attack is like 500 plus. Yeah, 515. So we got to be careful there. Now, what I like to do on this map is get a flying unit out there and try to push this zone quickly. Now, we can get a guy that can simply destroy this barricade, or we can get somebody to fly right on over. I think what we have to do first and foremost, I think I have to apply pressure to the middle. And again, my magic number is 6, so if I spend 1 here, I'll have 6 next turn to get one of my more powerful units out there. So why don't we go ahead and get our kitty cat out there as well. Kitty cat is a good creature to lead with. In fact, I'll go right here in case he decides to try to take this. The Germ guy has very poor move at just 1, so he can't get into range, right? Because each phobia has 2 actions per turn. So he's going to actually, it looks like, cover this, try to maybe even take this. Well, we'll see what our flying robot of death has to say about that. Right, so he captures this zone. And we do take some early damage to the heart. It's okay. The heart's actually really durable at 6,000 HP. And yes, you can attack the heart directly as well. So obviously, we want to be wary of that. So here's what I want to do. Let's get our spinning robot of death out there. And I'll let him capture this if he wants to. But we're going to put him right here. So if he goes up for the capture, we should be able to take him out in 1 hit. Yeah, 618. Actually, no. Don't quite do enough damage. But that's okay. Either that or I could maybe... I'm trying to think about this. So do I bait him in? I think right here's a decent spot for him. Let's go right there with them. Be real frontal with it. Now since each team owns a pressure point, right, the damage to the heart is not dealt. And if you own all three, you do a pretty excessive amount of damage to the heart, right? And there's some maps that have like 8 different pressure points, right? Okay, so he's going to bring out an electric unit and move it right on into range. And then he's probably going to take this shot. Either that or he's going for the heart directly. What do we know about this guy? 1635 HP. Does a bonus 545 damage to robot units, thunder rocks. He is a melee unit, dimensional, with decent move. Weak attack beyond his. Special electricity. And what's he going to do with the kitty cat? Okay, so he's coming in. He wants to get physical with my kitty cat. How dare ya? And interesting that he does not attack with his germ guy. So let's see. Can we take him out? We sure can. So the kitty cat has been destroyed. Now the question is, do I get real aggressive here? See, part of the reason you want to be real tactical in this game is because if I choose to move in here, I can definitely get an attack, right? But then both of these guys are going to have 2 attacks each against me. So can my HP hold up, I think is the question. So this guy's going to do what? About 800, so 1600. This guy will do 500. So it's going to do about 2600. Our robot will barely make it, but it looks like he just might make it. Either that or what are other opportunities? All right, well let's do this. I think we'll pull him back and play it safe. Got 6 keys again. I can get the goon out there to help. I don't know, like, it seems like you have a lot of time, but when you're trying to do and then undo turns, right, it can certainly creep up on you. Now, who's this guy? Okay, so he's a 6-key unit with 3,358 HP, does 1,120. Cerberus. Okay. Well, I think it's pretty obvious what we have to do. We have to get this guy out of here. And I can actually do that. Okay, so he actually fades back. Okay. So I think this changes things just a little bit for me. We do have the healing pool. I could get my robot guy back to the healing pool. But if I can get my robot guy down here. Right? Take that. You are a beast type, I'm assuming. No, you're undead. So he's going to leech HP as well. Well, let's get the goon in there. And this guy's cool. He's got a really powerful line attack, which is useful. And let's move the kitty cat back to safety. Start regenerating some HP. Let's end our turn right there. And let's see what he does. So if he gets real aggressive with Cerberus, which I'm guessing he probably will, we can jump on him. I mean, he's got a lot of HP and does a lot of damage, though. Maybe he'll move into a configuration that we can utilize the line attack. Maybe. Otherwise, I mean, we'll just kind of see. We'll kind of see what he gives us. We own 2 pressure points now. So we're doing damage to his heart versus the other way around. Okay, so he's moving Cerberus in. And he's going to have to make a choice with his germ guy here. Is he going to move it out of the way and take a shot? Or what is he going to do? And then this guy right here, I want him to stay away from my robot guy. So I could actually slap shot him, and now he brings in the jar. This guy has superior range. He's got 3 range lob, okay? Okay, so Thunder Guy comes in. Germ Guy takes a couple of shots, so basically just sacrifices himself. Which I'm okay with. I'm okay with that. So let's go ahead and let's take him out. We can take a couple more shots from the jar. Not a big deal. And it looks like he might have just sacked this guy too. Or if he didn't sack him, he got close. So let's definitely hit him. Let's get you in there. Nice attack, kitty cat. And then what I want to do is Let's bring out our black cat, because he can debuff the very strong attack of Cerberus. So if Cerberus comes up and wants to get frontal, well, we got something to say about it, but keep in mind he has to move twice. He's got very slow move. So let's get our kitty cat up there, ready to debuff next turn. Debuffing attack is really useful. I mean, debuffs in general in this game are really useful. And I've got 4 keys saved up. My guess is the jar guy shoots our robot. That's okay. We can get the robot back to safety. I also have a unit that could heal him as well. So maybe I'll pull out the healer instead. Our goon is undead. He cannot be healed. But Cerberus, okay, so he's just going to move up 1. What are you going to do with this guy then? Okay, so he's going to attack my cat. Interesting choice. So we can debuff his attack, Cerberus. The cat should be able to take this guy out, right? Yeah, he can. He's got the flyer in now. You got to watch out for this guy. You saw him in the last fight. He's got a very powerful special. It does 518 damage. And Cerberus is just going to move to this point here. Out of debuff range, I suppose it's smart, but I guess I don't understand this guy's overall strategy. Feels like he doesn't really want to engage. Well, let's see. Are there any slap shot opportunities? There actually is. So we can do this. So slap shot will attack in a line, but you need to have an opponent either in front of you or within 1 range. Watch. Bam. So that right there is a huge hit. And it's moves like that that can really just shift the overall game. Now that guy is dimensional, so of course we get sucked in and take a little bit of damage. But that's okay. We got to get this guy to safety. Let's see. So 483. He would die from 1 attack. But then this guy has him covered. Let's pull him out of there. And let's see. I'm going to get a healer out there for my robot guy. I might have either not gotten the heal off quick enough, or maybe you can't use it on the very first turn. You should be able to, but we'll have to figure that out. Okay, so he goes to this pressure point, which is what he wanted to do. But really, my beef is with Cerberus. We got to take him out, and if we can, I'm feeling really good about our opportunity and chances to win this one. So let's see what he does. He's going to move up the very weak jar. Like, the jar has less than 500 HP, so he best be careful. Shoots the black cat. And then just moves Cerberus into an offensive position. Okay. Well, a slap shot would be real nice right now. I've taken out the jar many, many times in many fights with the slap shot, but that's not going to happen in this particular one. So let's go ahead and let's debuff him. So this will reduce the attack significantly, although Cerberus still does hit pretty hard. Let's see, can we get you a heal there, Robot Man? Alright, there we go. There's a big heal. And let's see. I could move him in to really threaten this zone. I think I should probably do that. And let's get in there with our goon. What do we got? 4. I think I'm good saving my keys. Because he's got 6 left, right? And 6 you can get a pretty premium phobie out there. Like the goon is 6. The robot is 6, right? These are my strongest units. And they're 6, so he's definitely going to summon something to the field. The question is, does he summon 1 or does he summon a combination of weaker phobies? We'll certainly see. I think this position right here really does stress him out. Because he's going to have to choose. Like, he could have hit me a couple of times, sure, but he's going to have to vacate this position, essentially. So what's he going to do? Probably use his special and then flee. But does he flee right into the gripping hands of the black cat? Maybe. This guy is hitting for 0, right? So he's doing 0 damage. This guy's still hitting for a whopping 825. But who's he going to attack? Alright, so he just stands in. Alright, so he goes for the black cat, which saves our goon. Definitely. And also opens up a lane for this cat to attack next turn. Okay, so he's going to bring out Klepto. Klepto's a good unit. It is. So let's take out this guy. Alright, terrific. Alright, we got the slap shot back. Now, I could use it or probably use it next turn. I got to get 2 hits on this guy. We do refill health when we attack as an undead, right? So that's good. Let's keep hitting him. He's down to 1,000 HP, which is good for us. Now, I could bring out something big. We could go Klepto, or we could go with one of our big boys here. Like Fleshcrawler would be a decent option. He's got a really strong skill in raising hell. 2,700 HP. Let's bring him out. He costs 7. So very, very strong. And very, very expensive as well. Let's go right there with our healer. Should be able to heal the robot again soon. So you're kind of seeing, like, this is the assembly of Phobies that he has. The attack debuff is huge. Helps the goon hang in there. The goon's going to take some abuse. Gets hit by the jar, but the jar's not hitting for anything. The attack debuff lasts a couple of turns. It's really, really effective. The wrong debuff can really swing a battle. Okay, so he's going to attack. Does a little AoE damage, but really no big deal. You're going to be able to see Fleshcrawler's super cool skill here. So I think for this fight, our win condition is to defeat all of his Phobies. Okay? So again, he lines it up. Not a smart thing to do. And even through the use of special skills, you still do drain that HP, which is great. See this guy, 428 HP remains. So let's take him out with the robot.
Someone tell the lab will
You bet.
a bigger
Let's get in there with Fleshcrawler. The big old lick. Actually, let's keep him off you. Now, he could take out the robot, which is fine. We still outnumber them. Should have this one in the bag. And yeah, we've been taking heart damage, but we still have, you know, half HP left. So we're in a really good spot to win this. Well, I mean, let's be honest. Like, something would have to go terribly wrong to lose this. So he's going to move up the jar, take the shot, takes out the robot. But now we can use the terrifying skill of Fleshcrawler. So let's use it. Very nice, Fleshcrawler. That's what we like to see. Goon, get up there and smash this jar. For the win. Absolutely fantastic. Well, and I failed to mention, there's some kind of event going on right now where the more you use undeads and things of the like, the more bonuses you get. He actually did more total damage than I did. But total keys destroyed, that is the key. Right? He sacked his big units. I managed to keep mine alive for the most part. Big win there. So the event reward, 1900. I'll show you the details of the event, and we actually do get a pack here as well, so I'll show you how this works. This is because of the event that's going on, but we get 4 for Gravedigger, and we also get a scratch card. So this could be a new phobia, or it could be bonus upgrades for an existing phobia. We'll certainly see. What do we get? Okay, so this is the drone. This guy has really good move. He's got really good move, but he's pretty weak. And we got another event reward. Okay, so winning really did great things for us. So this is the track that we're traveling here, and if you have the VIP pass, which I do not, but if you have the VIP pass, you can get bonus rewards as well. Okay. So essentially we got 3 bonuses. This, and this. Next up we have some experience. We got the TV guy, and then we have another pack right here. And that's the pack that you can buy for 3,000 of these tiers. Why don't I do that? Let's do it. Scary pack. Yeah, here we go. Never mind, that was a 2,000 tier. We have 3,000, so let's do it. So 1 scratch card, 4,800 plus experience, 32 to 88 upgrade cards. Hopefully we get something new. I found about a fourth of the total phobies. Okay, so we get the killer clown, we get this guy. This guy burrows underground to move. And who do we have? Let's get something good. We got Sucky. Okay, so that's a new one. Alright, cool. So what do we know about Sucky? So it's a 2-key unit. It's a beast. Or a monster. 1300 move slow, melee, 300 attack damage, but it looks like it leeches life, and it also has a charging skill at 2 range. Okay, so that can help him actually get up there in battle. Leeches a percentage of damage dealt to enemies as HP. Okay, cool. So his special ability will have that leeching effect, and so does his attack. I actually kind of like that, especially for the price of 2, right? So I think what I want to do is, let's go ahead and let's get him upgraded. We've got a couple of extra tokens here, so let's level him up and you'll see. So, from level 1 to 2, he gets 39 extra HP, 9 extra damage, 9 extra damage on his special, right? It's a pretty small amount. But every little bit counts, and you never know when you might call upon Sucky in battle here, right? You never know. Got a stress level 32 reward. Okay, so that is our overall profile level. So the more phobies you upgrade, essentially the more your profile levels up. So now I'm 32, okay? And again, if you want to play this game and you want to check it out for yourself, obviously my profile name is AboboKnows. Add me as a frenemy and, you know, maybe we can fight or something. Guess I don't really know what the frenemy system does. I'm pretty sure you can just have casual battles. Let's get back into the arena. I'll patch you back in when we're matched up. Let's go. Alright, so we are matched up versus Luz, L-U-Z. And we got a new map here. So as you can see, there is magma. This will set your phobie on fire. And we do go first. So the previous 2 matches, we've gone second. Now we go first. This is actually a bigger map, so therefore you get more keys per turn. Okay? So I do believe we're getting 4 per turn. So my lucky number is 6. So I think I can start things off with either 2 tier 1s or maybe a tier 2. Well, let's see. Obviously, we want to get up here, right? So I think we should use a superior mobility of the black cat. See, we can probably sneak across right here. Otherwise, maybe a flyer is the best type of unit to get that. Or maybe I threaten both of the zones by putting them right here. Let's do that. And let's see what he does. So what's he bringing out with his 6? Okay, so he brings out a 3-key unit, the Gravedigger. And he's going to destroy the environment. Interesting choice. So this guy's special, he can destroy the environment. It's called terror forming, right? Creates or destroys. So he can create barricades as well that have a lot of HP. So let's see, this guy has 2 move. So I'm going to go ahead and just take this. I think that's a no-brainer. And then I think we get our flying robot of death out there. And this will definitely be a map to control the panic points left. If I can control those, we can just do consistent damage to him, put a lot of pressure on him, and what do you know, we have exactly 6 keys remaining again. But he's got 8, so he's probably going to be bringing out something big. That's my guess. We'll see. There's some really, really strong ones. Okay, so he has a goon himself. Okay. Well, we know a lot about the goon. We definitely do. So let's see. If I move here, he's going to have to get on into the fire. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to capture this location. And then I'll move the black cat right here. Because if he wants to come in and get real aggressive with the robot, we can debuff the attack, right? And then I think I'll bring out a goon of my own. Either that or maybe Klepto. Let's bring out the goon of my own. This is one of my favorite units. Granted, I've only found about a fourth of all available phobies. So let's do this. And let's see how he responds to this. So he could actually come down here and slapshot this. Guess I didn't see that. But he's going to go for the pressure points instead, which makes sense. I mean, you got to get them. Otherwise, you'll take damage every turn. But we do, of course, still have the advantage. And he's going to bring out what appears to be like a Thunder Soul to address the robot. Okay, so what is this guy? 7. Okay, he's ranged. Good move. Alright, well, here's what we're going to do with the robot. We're going to keep him in the back. We'll get our goon right up there. We'll move our black cat right there. I've got 5 remaining. I think I can get my attack debuffer out there. This guy's pretty good. Otherwise, we also have this guy that can spread disease. This guy is what? He is a monster. You are undead and you're undead as well, so they can't be poisoned or diseased. So I think I'll bring out Woolly Bully. I'm a huge fan of attack debuffs. Like, they're really good. You can't slapshot this guy, right? No. Okay. Let's see what he does. It's all about, like... I was kind of explaining this in, what, the first or second battle, but... You can have a strong phobie out there, but if you move in, right? You are sacrificing one move to do so, right? And then you can really leave yourself open for a lot of punishment. Like this guy did right here with the slap shot, if you're seeing it. Okay, never mind. He closed that gap, which is a great idea. However, he's got an attack debuff coming his way. So this sheep right here, he will poison. So it's a good idea to get the goon involved on the sheep, because the goon's, of course, immune to poison. So let's send in the black cat. And let's debuff you, which will debuff all 3. So that's nice and useful. And then let's see. So could I capture this pressure point? I could. We would take some damage, namely 2 attacks from this guy, but maybe we can isolate him and take him out. For you, what do you take? 210 damage. Well, let's debuff the sheep as well. The guy's just like leaving himself wide open to debuffs. I'm gonna go right up here with you, and then we'll bring the robot. Suppose we can claim that zone with the robot. Let's see, do I want to bring anybody else out? Let's bring our basic kitty cat out there. Can help us with some zone control. Right, so far so good. Or so I think. Really curious to see what he does with his fully debuffed units, taking massive damage on the heart at 630 per turn. And everybody is debuffed. Okay, so the goon comes in. Goon with the attack. So they're going all in on the kitty cat, which is okay with me. Okay, so he's going to attack twice there. He's going to stay in a line. Okay, so he really lines up now. Interesting choice. Now he brings out something. I've never seen this guy before. What's this guy all about? He's a 6-key creature. He is going to debuff as well. A giant damage debuff at minus 654. Wow. That is huge, but we have them all lined up for the slap shot. Boom. Beautiful. Good job. How much HP are we looking at on this guy? 1853. I think. Smack him with the sign, man. Nice hits. So let's move you right there. Actually, do we maybe get the kitty cat to help out? I guess if he summons something, could just get a preemptive attack. There's a lot of units up here, so let's go ahead and let's get the kitty cat up there. I could bring out a guy that regens himself. Otherwise, we could bring out a guy that has some range. Let's get out Klepto because he likes to bunch up his units. go right there with Klepto. The attack is still thoroughly debuffed. Okay, I like that. Now we'll see what he does. Got 8 keys left, 5 in the bank. He's got 5 keys that he can use and 10 in the bank. Alright, so he's just capturing territory with the goon. Alright, so the kitty cat gets poison. Robot is immune to poison. And this guy moves around. He's going to wall. I mean, that's not really going to wall him off though, bro. I guess if you move him, it will. Okay, so I think we can get the sheep here. We can maybe get this guy. No, he brings out this guy who's a ranged unit who has an attack that can spread to other enemies as well. Okay, so pretty intense fight we have going on. Let's see. You have 955 HP left. Let's smack him with the sign a couple of times. Let's see, can Klepto get it done? Can you get a 2 for 1? Not quite. So what if we were to send Klepto? I think what we probably should do is this. He's poisoned anyways. He's gonna be toast. Let's get this sheep out of here so we don't have to keep worrying about poison. I can go Klepto right here. We can throw the egg. We can bring you in for a little slice and dice. You bet. This guy got a couple of sign hits. And what do we have remaining? We have 8. If we use a 7, I'll have a 6 left. He doesn't have any machines. I think Flesh Crawler is a good option. Otherwise, this guy can regen as well. 502 HP though. Let's get Flesh Crawler out there. Let's get him up there. Let's go. Alright, so we won the position fight. Our kitty cat falls. Rest in peace, kitty cats. He's got a pretty strong goon. This guy's almost down. And he's got 11 keys remaining. Okay, so this guy falls. His Thunder Spirit gets in. That's the attack he always wanted. This guy comes up. Is he going to use his attack debuff? No, he doesn't do it. Interesting. So it looks like he's going to rethink this. I was about to say, man, use your attack debuff. He uses it on Klepto, though. Not the robot. Interesting. I mean, just forcing him to stand in the lava is obviously useful, and this guy has a charge attack. He's a melee unit. Pretty strong unit for the cost of 4, right? Primate number 9. Alright, so this guy's toast. The question is, who do we have take him out? Probably the robot. Either that or the robot goes here and gets a 3 for 1. Takes a little bit of fire damage.
That feels like a breakthrough.
I mean, a 3 for 1 hit when damage is at a premium. It's pretty good. And then Flesh Crawler. Go right there and hit the goon. Either that or we go here and use his special. So you're hitting for exactly 0. Let's get him right there and let's summon in something else that can help out on the goon. So who's going to do a good job against the undead? Can't be healed or cured. Do we maybe bring out this guy? Yeah, let's bring him out. Let's call that a turn. Let's see what he does. So we're still winning the pressure point battle, right? Like, we're still winning that fight, which is good. All right, so he's going to just go in on the robot. Looks like the robot's going to fall. No, never mind. He chooses to move. Where's the goon going? Is he coming up? Goon gets in position for maybe a slap shot. Flesh Crawler can get a 3-for-1 right here. Now he brings out the regen gator. This is where this guy's going to come in handy, because he can disease the units to essentially offset the regen effect. So let's get him up. Let's get you in here to do this. Alright, big hits. You're still doing 0, bro. Need you to do more. Let's see, what kind of one do I have? I got cowbell. I've got the fever. Well, let's bring out cowbell. He's not much, but the price is right. And let's see, so what's going to happen? They're going to have to move in and attack him. He's got no slap shot. Well, I guess maybe right here. Let's bump Klepto back. Let's do that. Play a bit of the waiting game. Well, maybe not necessarily the waiting game, but more of the see what he's going to do game. We do have the positions, right? He's got a lot of weak units. Okay, so he attacks. Yep. $933. The goon hits. Is this guy coming up then? Alright, so that was definitely a miscalculation. Let's see if we can punish him for this, though. We have a slap shot. We can get cowbell down to take this position. We have a slap shot. Boom. This guy has 497 HP left. You're hitting for 472. Just not quite enough. You're hitting for 536. Again, not quite enough. Let's get the hit. Let's move you up just a little bit. It's 4v4. He's got a lot of weakened units out there in the field. We're still looking pretty good. I've got faith in my goon. Let's go, goon. Plus, he's taking fire damage, which benefits me. We have more of the positioning, which is great. The heart's taking some hits, right? So let's see. Okay, the goon comes up. Gonna get physical. Or maybe not. Goon takes a lot of abuse. Let's see how he kind of comes out from this. Alright, so you, Klepto, you're in a really good position. So 536, 1137. So let's take this guy out. I guess 472. This guy has to be attacked to be of any use. 381 HP remains for our goon. Alright, I might want to rethink this. Maybe if I hit him twice, like so. Can I get this guy? Not quite. Alright, well, let's throw it at you then. Take you out.
Spectacular.
Let's take him out.
That's what I call crowd control.
Let's get our goon back. Most importantly, let's get this guy right here. That's what we have to do. Alright, nice. So, disease has been applied. So that will do damage. It cannot be cured. And it's going to do damage every turn for 527. Which is big. Not to mention he applies disease every time he gets hit. Really cool effects in this game. And he spends his entire turn attacking the guy that diseased his whole team, essentially, right? So this is going to be really, really useful for us, actually. Yeah. That was pretty much the game set match. Well, maybe. Cowbell, get in there. Hit him hard. Alright, 381. What do you have left? You got 547. So if we go here and we slap shot him for the win.
The bigger the fish,
Absolutely.
the harder they fall.
Absolutely. Alright, that was definitely a tough fight. I mean, that guy had some moves. He had a strategy. Definitely the most intense fight yet, for sure. At least in this video. Let's check the stats. So, MVP, the goon, for each of us. Looks like we did much more damage. Again, destroyed more keys. But, I mean, he did pretty good. I will give my opponent credit there. He did real good. So let's get some more event rewards. It looks like we got a couple of steps up in our little event log. Got 3 more levels. Should have a couple more spins. Okay, so we have 6. Let's go ahead and spin these and see what we get. I know my robot is very close to another level up, so it'd be great to get that. We'll see if we can lock that in. Okay, that's the bomb bot. Real cheap units that can self-destruct. That's useful. We got this guy, probably the MVP, like, as soon as he started spreading that disease, man. Amazing. Like, if you have to hold a position, I feel like that guy is really, really good at that. Because the enemy doesn't want to attack him, but he's going to spread disease, right? And then we get the special jack in the middle, which gives us a nice little bonus. Okay, perfect. Alright, very nice. So we've gotten through all of that. Let's see, we're at about the... I think probably with all of the lobby editing, probably down to about the 52-ish minute mark. Let's check our phobies here quick, see if we can upgrade anything real quick. It starts to get real expensive with this purple currency. I mean, the game gives you a ton of it, but it does get real expensive with the purple currency. So try not to waste it all on units you're not going to use. Yeah, like for this, I'm just going to save it, I think. Save it for another day. But yeah, my friends, this has been Phobies. I think this is an appropriate display of the game. Again, there is an async mode, okay? So you can click in here and you can just queue up games, right? And you have like a 3-day turn limit. And effectively hits, you know, you do one turn, you end your turn, and then it's your opponent's turn. And it's a much more casual style of game. You're not on a time limit per se beyond the 3 days, right? But you can just kind of casually do it. You know, pull out your phone while you have a moment at work or whatever you're doing and bust it out. You can also play it, of course, right here on Steam. I'm playing it on PC, obviously. I enjoy PC because you get to zoom in a little bit more and be a little more strategic, or so I found. This is the leaderboard, so essentially you have a season reward, right? I do believe the season kicks off. Obviously, the season goes for another 23 days about. And then depending on how you do, how many games you play, and your league that you're in, you will get a season reward pack at the end. And then also coffee as well. So this is a weekly reward, it does appear. Depending on how many games you play, you can get some bonus coffee. This is the league that we're in, right? Strangers, you can see there's Primals, Doomsday, and Sum of All Fears. And that, of course, directly relates to your matchmaking. This is your async rank, and this is your arena rank. So we're horrors tier 3 on arena, and async, for async that is, strangers tier 2. Fun stuff, and I really have enjoyed my time with Phobies. It's a fun game, absolutely. And if you want to check it out for yourself, like I said, use the link in the video description below. It does help me out ever so slightly, and I would greatly appreciate it. Add me as well. AboboKnows, frenemies. Just go add Frenemy. Add AboboKnows, and we can play some games. You'll definitely have to let me know your thoughts as well in the comment section below. Let me know what you're thinking about Phobies, and if you want to see more videos on it. I think it's fun. It's a different style of game, right? Where we're actually actively participating and playing against another active player. I do think that's fun. Historically, we just played single player kind of indie games here on the channel, and that of course will still continue, but I like to mix it up a little bit, and I really did find this game a lot of fun when I first started playing it. So I figured, why not? Let's hop on in and let's do some arena fights. You definitely have to give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. So I'm going to get on out of here, my friends, but thanks again for spending some time on the channel today. Check out Phobies if you like, link in the video description below. And I'll be catching you in the next video. Thanks a lot.